Good morning, welcome to Jasiri on a Hot Topics Friday. We are happy to be here and our special Hot Topics guest is here. So please join all our social media platforms. We are live at News Central TV, so please do well to join us there. You know, we like to tease you just a little bit. She's the queen of turning everyday ingredients into irresistible dishes. That's our guest. She hasn't only done that, she's also built a digital empire. Her passion for food, flavor and storytelling are making her a household name. My question to you this morning is, who is it?
No future in music.
Who is it? Let's roll the Hot Topic special montage. We'll be right back on Arriva. I love Jasiri because on the show, anything can happen.
Everybody in that piece will get query. They must find that montage. The way I'm feeling today is a query round everywhere. It's a query everywhere. But that doesn't take away from who our special guest is.
No, it doesn't. So today on Jasiri, we meet Ife Mogeko. She's the creative force behind Ife's Kitchen, whose passion for food, flavor and storytelling has made her a household name. Ife, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Has a sunny personality, pretty, very amiable.
Oh, thank you. I'm very well, thank you.
Please don't take away. Wow.
She's my girl. I own her. When did she become your girl? Where do you know this person from?
Way back.
Way back. Has she cooked for you?
Well, that's a bit unfortunate. I've never eaten Ife's food. Maybe because she doesn't think I'm needy. But I put it to her today that I'm very hungry and I'm always needy for food. We can settle that very easily.
It's not only her, because you cannot put Jasiri and take Lola out behind the scenes. What do you mean?
But you know, every time I see Ife, I'm wondering that how is she able to balance, you know, so many beautiful things? She's beautiful in the kitchen and the food is good. And when you see in the kitchen,
see, you don't even, when she looks so demure, she looks, you don't, please, how are you in the kitchen, seriously? She says she's Narapa. Tolu, how are you in the kitchen? T-shirt, no, really, like
bomb shorts, T-shirt, or a really short dress. I need air to be moving because we move fast.
Can you imagine?
Yes.
So how about you?
Me, T-shirt and shorts. That's my go-to every day, all day. I'm very comfortable in that.
So what do you do when you perspire a lot? Do you have an AC in the kitchen?
Constant K, AC is on. I cannot sweat, soft life. Soft life.
So they told me that it is ready and we cannot let Ife come here and not give her a proper Jasiri welcome.
Yeah.
So while you know who our guest is, please let us just thankfully reintroduce our guest, the creative director of Ife's Kitchen. Roll the montage.
Now you see what I said? From the heat of her soul to her face.
Said again during the break.
Hot God. Sweet.
But Ife herself said,
Is that me?
All right, let's start.
Everybody says
gorgeous girl.
All right, so truly, let's start the show. Okay, so a tweet from Nigerian content creator, lifestyle vlogger, Sisi Emi caught not just our attention, but that of many people. It's short, but it says a lot about gender, power, and survival. She posted, in quotes, "My housekeeper's husband called tonight to request that I fire her, his wife, because the money don't make and they get pride. Because I don't get work, if you know Saka, I go Saka. She know where I'm from. I go bring her down." End of quotes. P.S. They have 4 kids and they are not married. Ladies, let's take a look at the reactions that came in hot and heavy. Please take us through.
Reactions. So this one, because we need to balance it, let us be careful how we read these stories. There are many reasons why men ask women to stop their jobs, and it's not always about envy that woman is earning more. One, some women have entered inappropriate relationships verified in the workplace, and the condition for the marriage continuing was that she quit her job. Some jobs start having demands that affect the family negativity. What's wrong with me? Negatively. Some jobs started affecting the woman emotionally, and she didn't have the courage to quit. My wife had a job that I asked her to quit because her boss asked her to start working on Sundays. She left the job in obedience. Please apply these stories on a case-by-case basis. Horrible men have asked their wives to quit their jobs. Good men have asked their wives to quit their jobs. Nobody should say anything. It's Ife's face I like. Let's get some more reactions. These type of posts, the type of posts that trigger my childhood trauma. Let me take this off my chest once and for all. My dad did the same thing, but my mom was working in a Lebanese company in the 90s, disturbed her superiors so much to relieve my mom of her duties. They didn't want to, but they had to, when he would even show up and cause a scene. Funny thing is, he had no job too and refused to work. They eventually let my mom go, and that was the beginning of our suffering. Going through uni was hard, let alone eating. She continues though. Dad eventually packed his things and left after mom gave him $3 million from her severance package. That was in 2008. He left us high and dry after collecting money with Mom C having no job. I can't recount how hard life was. Years after he finished the money and returned, and people are telling us to be sending him upkeep every month. Meanwhile, mom passed in the midst of all this. I have forgiven, but I can never forget how terrible those years were. I said, hold it too. Nobody should want to fair maybe. Instances like this are very sensitive. It shows that the employer didn't have a cordial relationship with the alleged husband and didn't seek for consent from him. If you're employing the said wife, you should look for ways to please the husband as well. Hold on, no, I think you need to do a side by side as I'm reading these tweets. Our housekeeper built a house after many years of struggle, brick by brick. Somehow, Oga convinced her to put the house in his name, turns around and kicks her out with the 2 kids. Same, she wasn't actually married to him. Is there anybody who's in support? Before caution your house help on how to respect her husband or boyfriend as they are not legally married. You can try to find out what the problem is and bring solution. The job is in your hands. Any more? Last one. Poor men with fragile ego are the most difficult to deal with. He would rather watch his children starve than let the woman continue working with you. She should better use her tongue to count her teeth. If she leaves the job, hunger will show her shege. By the way, having 4 kids for a man who isn't married to you and feeding him is self-hate. If the 2 of you say anything, Ify, you're a special guest. Do like this. Look at me. Calm down.
You think also
Where do you want to start from?
It's like, it's unbelievable. You see, the things I've read or things I hear, the person CCME spoke about, he asked his wife to leave because she has become, I think, proud.
That is what he is saying.
Yeah. Hey.
And you know what? In this situation, it may not even be a prideful thing. She's coming home after working, and maybe the kids have not eaten. Maybe nobody has cooked, and she's like, Oga, why don't you just give them a bath? Or why don't you just help me make food? He can now interpret that as her telling him what to do and her being proudful. Because when you hear many men say that a woman is proud, you need to go and investigate what exactly she supposedly did that was prouding. Did I say prouding?
I exonerate you from any one that you read today. He's totally, honestly, there are some men when I
This is financial abuse.
It's inappropriate. There's so many things that I see the audacity of some men over their wives. It's just like the day we went to shoot.
Sorry, girlfriend and boyfriend, they're not married.
We went to shoot that advertising at Ogba Market. And this woman was so eager. She was the first to come to us that she would love to be featured. Of course, we moved the camera to her shop. In fact, we wanted her to stay in her shop so that her wares can be seen. Do you know, as she sat there as we were prepping, her husband said, no, she can't do it. I could see the dejection on her face, and she said that she's sorry, she can't do it. Do you know, she was so eager that she snuck and followed us, that she would stay in another place and do it. And I said no, because I know it will cause problems for her thereafter. A lot of these men, it is ego issues. You see a woman that is working hard for the family, she's the breadwinner, in quote. And you cannot swallow your pride and just support her in little ways that she will not, nobody would even notice that you are doing. But you now bring your stupidity outside. You go to her workplace to cause trouble for her. As an employer, would you want to take your staff's problem into your establishment?
Please answer me this. There was one person who said that the situation is in the CME's hands, that she didn't seek consent from the husband, that she didn't, that she herself should learn to find a way to please him. I'm so sorry. Did Mr. Rotimi Balogun come here when I was looking for a job? When did we start this kind of behavior?
You know, the one that
really
just made me, just capitulated me was when he said, she know where I'm from.
Yeah, what if I do?
You will scatter everywhere.
Where he is from? Therefore, tell us the village, so that we can very much avoid you.
I don't understand. What threatens men? The minute women start bringing home the money or bacon or anything. They just get threatened. This is not the first time I've heard stuff like this. There's someone I know, a friend who started making some money, and then any small thing, you're becoming too proud, and then went on to destroy everything she uses to work. She's a stay-at-home mom and works from home. Destroyed.
She's even a stay-at-home mom, works from home, not even going outside to bring the bacon.
And it's always the ones that don't have money or a job. Why?
That's why they keep impregnating them and they say them 2, 3, 4, 5 children. They're not even married. These are probably the men that will say, oh, there's no need for us to get married. Don't worry, we'll get married next year. We'll get married. And then the woman, you're thinking, time is passing me by. Man, just the bond. Let me just at least
let the kids have one father.
Let the kids
and I'm very sure that's part of the reasoning that led her to have 4 kids for this man. We're going to go on a quick break. We're not done with this story.
No, we are not.
And you notice that somebody has been missing from the table. We're going to go on and find out where our missing person is, but that will be coming up later. This is just Siri, stay with us. They want to scatter time. They can see the man today. I have a few more points. I said one other thing I said during the break is that it's very likely, given the fact that she's working with CCME, her eyes are opening. And she's starting to ask questions about certain things. And so he doesn't like also where she's working. He's probably the kind of man that says, bring your salary every time you get paid. There have been bosses who have worked with the women that work with them and told them, go and tell your husband, I've deducted your salary. Go and open another account he doesn't know about. Because what is it that a lot of women have told their girls? Have your own secret money. Then I also want us to go to the point of the girl who shared her trauma. This thing where, because somebody is blood, particularly a father, mother, brother, sister, that they should be forgiven and you don't have 2 of them and it should be a blanket forgiveness and open your arms back to them. It's very dangerous. Somebody who did that will do it again. You remember the story of the guy that came home after how many something years, after he was old and almost dying, so that his family can take care of him. All the money he spent, all the people he ran with, where were they? They left him.
I'm so sorry that the mother, the tweet that we saw, the mother was relieved of her job. All her severance paid, she gave it to the man. But this beauty, gosh, gave it to the man. This is why we keep advocating that women have your own money, independent of your husband. There are so many things that are that they used to tell us in those days that didn't make any sense. Just the fact that you want to have your children by one man does not mean that you should take bad behavior.
You should take BS.
You take a lot of bad behavior, and it will not just. Some women die in it.
Yes.
See this woman, their mother died not having reaped one fruit of her labor. Now the father wants to come back and allow the children to be caring for him.
Because he's their father.
Because he's their father.
And you hear people
How do we, God, there has to be hierarchy in hell.
You have to forgive.
There has to be hierarchy in hell. There should be some places where there is radiation heat. Some places cold. Some places gas fire.
I can tell you Nigerian politicians will be in the top levels of that.
Wow. Because the impunity, and it is the audacity they have to be able to come out and say some things that they should use a better to cover their face.
If you wanted to say something.
No, you see, I'm still dazed. I'm just replaying that, the video, not video, what CCME said, Man said, she knows me. I will scatter every. So what do you want to do?
So this question you asked, you talked about a friend whose husband scattered her work tools. They lock doors. And sometimes they beat them so that they don't leave the house. So it's not a question of what does he want to do.
Listen to this one, I heard of this one. This lady is a YouTuber. All her money, I remember many years ago when the story broke. Do you know what this guy did, her husband? I think they were having an issue. This guy actually went and deleted all her This one, as in years of content, he deleted everything.
Do you know, people have been asking, it's controversial, do men hate women?
I don't know.
So because it feels like women simply are a tool for so many men to satisfy sexual urges and to have children so they continue to oppress.
Do you actually like women? Do you like the person you're married to?
I don't understand. After a while, it has to do with subservience. You're looking for an obedience, subservience. Let her to be in control of. Let her do what I say she should do. There was a tweet when the person said, I told her to resign. I told my wife to resign because
she did it in obedience.
And she did it in obedience. Did you ask your wife if she really enjoyed the job or she wanted to work on Sunday? Did you look for alternatives? What you could do? Because there's some people who work on Sundays but take other days off.
Yeah.
So did you look for alternatives or options? All you came to say was that I asked her to resign, and she resigned in obedience.
You know, Catherine, a lot of us that are older single women who have been married before, sometimes I consider that, can I actually... Honestly, it's become a thing that I think... I had a near express last year, and I'm like, I don't think I want anybody's name.
Yeah.
Because if you take their name, they just become something else.
Yeah,
Look
like
at a woman
ownership.
like me that is coming to you with Lolo, my brand that I've worked over on for more than 30 years.
Yeah.
And you want to just come and just push me aside and tell a woman like me that, sorry, you can't do that, you can't go this place. I don't see you doing that,
I think.
But look at me now, I take my decisions on my own. Over my children, over my job, my career. I can choose what I want to do, even if I'm dating you. Oga, how they remind you every blessed day, we are not married, oh.
So what do you think that is? Would that be like because of experience that has taught you to be like...
It is experience, and it might not even be personal any longer. But what I see women go through, honestly, I have seen a woman who has 5 children. While she was alive, her husband was fantastic, honestly. They were not like rich. They were like average family of the maybe late, early 20s. But the man died. Guys, if you see what this woman went, you know when you go from, they first moved from the house they were living, the 3-bedroom the man was paying for years. She went back to village, a room, because she could not make ends meet in Lagos. She has not worked in years. She has 5 children. So telling women to stand on their own, sometimes it's to the advantage of men. Because sometimes you cannot always be there. And look at the economy of Nigeria in this present time. I doubt if any husband, any home can survive only on one income.
I want to ask you something, you know, because I said during the break, this obsession where we preach obedience, but we don't preach accountability, true leadership for the head that is meant to be obeyed. I worry about that because I think you can count on your fingers the number of times you hear people focus on the Bible verse that comes before wives obey your husband. There's a whole Bible verse before that says, husbands, love your wife like
as Christ loved
the church.
And was willing
down his life and
continue to this. Thank you.
But we'll hear the obeyed.
You can see that sermon can be preached like 18 times a year.
The men just want to be in charge, and I don't understand it. Because if you all live in peace, you love your wife genuinely, have a discussion, have a conversation. And I don't know, but I think most men love their wives and they want peace in their home. But I feel like they have external factors that are not allowing them. So may have friends who go like,
my wife cannot.
Why is your wife like that? Me in my house, she can never. Or some will come to your house. Maybe the man is in the kitchen making lunch. Maybe it's a family member, cousin, somebody. Where's your wife? Oh, she's having her siesta or taking a nap. What? And you're cooking in the kitchen. How dare you? Your wife don't put you under. Don't cook a for you.
Stay with
and they chip away at what you have if you're not careful.
But why do they always think that women do some kind of diabolical thing to suppress them or control them?
And if somebody was saying that if submission and obedience were so easy and supposedly came naturally, why do we continuously have to have seminars, preachings, and books about being submissive and being obedient? Hold the thought. I told you somebody was missing.
My baby.
But we have found her. We're heading to Ogiri in Kogi State, where our very own Blessings Mosugu is. Oh my goodness, they're in my ear. I'm so sorry. Where our very own Blessings Mosugu is standing by to tell us more about the festival. Blessings, if I don't have learned new Ogori words, if I don't see you in your native attire, in your traditional attire, Blessings.
I was just going to say that, Tolu, that I need to see her in that
we want to see our maiden, so that our bride price can go up.
I hope she's topless at some...
on my show. On my show.
It's possible that it might be their tradition.
You guys can't do.
Nothing Musa will not see on the gates today.
All right.
Anyway, Blessings Mosugu
don't go yet.
Have
you ever fallen for a Ponzi scheme?
No.
If he tells the truth.
I say, I can't. I tell my husband all the
Even
time.
in university,
Never.
even as a corporate.
Let me tell you the truth.
Okay, yeah.
I don't even hear of Ponzi schemes until they are over.
Oh, until they have crashed.
I'm telling you.
You have a
So you only have a bougie set?
I don't know. I was asking my husband the other day, why don't I ever? He said, it's your circle.
Circle.
If you don't have them, I never hear until it has crashed.
So what do you think? Do you think if you heard about it,
Yeah.
because these
Would you be
guys,
tempted?
when they
Oh,
decide
never.
With the money.
to buy more
hair.
Well,
I know pots. I know those
I
expensive
hear
pots
if you
are
are the
big.
first. If you are the
You are the
first.
first.
You see what we're saying? No, let's take this story.
Anyway, we'll spend some time in the past 2 weeks talking about the CBEX scandal, which reportedly led to the loss of more than 1 trillion naira for investors. Paul Alaje joined us on Jesiri earlier this week and said that to Ponzi schemes, there shall be no end. I know we are all left pensive as he shared that from 2016 till date, Nigerians have lost 4 trillion naira. Adjusted for the inflation, it will be about 8 trillion naira. I need to ask,
if he's calculating.
where will they see this money? So from WhatsApp messages to flashy promises, Ponzi schemes like CBEX, MMM, and many others have continued to make the rounds, and not always in a good way. So we took to the streets of Lagos to ask, have you ever been scammed, tempted, or totally unfazed like our beautiful Evie here? But relax, let's hear what Lagosians have to say. We'll be back.
I did not lose money to the CBEX.
No, I didn't actually know there was a CBEX until it crashed.
It was even after it got crashed that I heard about it.
No, I didn't invest in CBEX. I didn't.
The thing is, most of them won't speak out. Who would want to share such shameful things?
I actually don't have a clue, but I know I had a clue on MMM towards the period way back where we invested, and it did not turn out well. So many people cashed out, but many people lose their money to it.
No, I don't want to remember this. Oh, that's the famous MMM, of course. Yeah. The thing is, I didn't lose my money. What I actually lost was the benefit.
I did. After so many people have gone to it, I've seen my family member winning 500 in the profit. So I was somewhat enticed and I was encouraged. This thing is real, it's real. So I put my 25,000 there. I made some money. I had to go to 50. When I go, I was encouraged for the first time, and the second time was when it crashed.
I don't know of anybody that invested.
I think I've lost twice. Me, myself, I've lost twice. The last one I did, that was last year. I think that was 70,000.
I won't be surprised he has entered millions. Of course, the thing is, even when I lost my own, I lost actually about 3-point-something million to MMM.
During the MMM period, I know someone that lost, with my relative, up to 300,000 naira.
I just feel that most people actually want some easy way out, and then because of their greedy attitude, so a lot of scammers work on their greed.
The economy is very bad. Everybody is looking for a way to survive, and this system promises, faster way of making profit. Who wouldn't go into it? People are under unusual pressure, and there is no limit to what a man can do when he's under pressure. So you don't have to blame them.
There are two things involved. One, the greed, and the situation of the country too is also one of the major factors you need to count on.
The hardship of the economy, secondly, and everybody wants to double their income. And with the situation of things, even our minimum wage is not encouraging. Things have gone out of hand, things are more expensive. So people think that doing that is they are trying to double in their income, not because they are greedy, and also trying to save their funds too for further future purposes.
It's foolishness, pure foolishness, and all I say laziness. There are several ways to make money. With your brain, with your handwork, several ways to make good money.
So I don't believe that the government can do anything to change anything, because they are corruption themselves, right? They are the corruption themselves. They are the one pushing down their masses to do extra wise. So why are we now looking for them for change? It's not working.
The thing is, what has the government done rightly in Nigeria? Because this is something they should be able to checkmate. It is easy for them to checkmate. Why do we have financial regulatory bodies? they ought to do something. They know what to do.
I don't know. I think probably we just have to find a way to lecture people, find a way to make them see that this is not right. If they will, you know the thing about government and everybody. Michael Jackson said something. Is if you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make the change. It starts with them. Let them make the change. Nigeria will change.
On that note, we'll take a break. We'll talk about this story when we come back. Stay with us. Thank you so much for staying with us. Now, we told you our fair maiden, who were very much waiting to collect bride price. There are all these aunties that want to collect bride price on Blessings Mosugu's head. She is in Kogi State for the
Ovia Osese.
Ovia Osese Festival. And we're going to her now. She's not doing exactly what me and Lolo want, but we'll see that later on in the day. Blessings, good morning to you. This one. Can you see this one?
See what she's doing.
We're here right now is the Ogori Chant, right? And I know all of the songs. And besides, it's called Ovia Osese Festival. So it's a cultural festival, an age-long festival, and it has passed through, has been woven through the fabric of time. What you see behind me is different beautiful cultural groups. So we are all Ogorians here, but they have different groups from Lokoja, from Kaduna, from Jos. And at the end of the festival, there's actually an award to be won. So let me just let you ask questions.
Okay. So are we going to see you in traditional dress, Blessings? You need to represent it, representing.
About that. So the thing is, because, the traditional attire is a lot more traditional than you expect. If I were to be fully clad in traditional attire, I won't be able to move, except I was making. But I have a compact hat that I'll come to wear tomorrow. We have a custom ashoke. It has red, blue, and white. And if you look, you will see some of them when they come. You see them wearing it. So that's like that's our color. So we have the ashoke. I'll definitely put that on tomorrow.
All right, Blessings. I see a lot of women on the parade. Is this festival a women festival? Because I can see a lot of women. Or is it just that it's only market women that are always available?
No, actually, it's not a women's festival. So like I said earlier, there are different cultural groups. So some of the people you've seen now, we have women, maybe Ogori Women Association, the women in the market.
Okay.
Blessings, we don't have...
So here you see some men. That's why you know that it's not just a women affair. But some of the women you saw earlier, they're women association. Some teenagers actually passed. There's the age group association as well.
Wow. So this is a yearly festival, right? And it brings Ogorians from all around the world. What are some of the highlights? What do we expect to see today and tomorrow as you and the team are covering the festival?
That's the life experience. So we expect to see a lot of people from the diaspora, a lot of Ogorians. This is the biggest festival in Ogoria, one of the biggest in the state. So it brings people, not just Ogorians, people from Okene and Jabi, local government, to Ogori to come celebrate this festival, because it's a festival of unity. It's also a festival to showcase culture. If you look behind me, you see some bikers. And I don't understand what they're wearing, but it's like a masquerade outfit, and everything basically symbolizes something. And as time goes on, I'll be telling you more about it. But right now, it's the carnival. This is where they just showcase the different age groups, the different groups across the country, basically.
All right, Blessings, thank you so much. We'll let you get back to it. I know we'll be seeing you throughout the day as the festival heats up. Thank you so much.
So was that the Klux?
I see. Is the American side of it. I wanted to say, why is the KKK?
Right? I was going to ask her, how can they be behind you? You don't know what they're wearing. I'm thinking, good look. Then you know. It's like you're going to market, you have an idea. What kind of grains are those? Oh, no, that's cloves. Oh, you must have an idea.
You said, when you saw the Ojuju Calabar, you know go fierce more.
So I wanted to ask you about that before we get back to our Ponzi scheme story. What was the last time you went for any of the cultural festivals here?
It's been a while.
Yeah. Or is there any prominent one from where you come from?
I'm from Delta, and Honestly,
she's too bougie.
No, I really no.
I know people are watching you now.
New Yam Festival. Well, I haven't been there in a long time, and I really, really want to. In fact, it's on my agenda to go cover it and show people that the people of Anioma in Delta.
I want you to break the next New Yam, roast it, with some oil, some pepper.
I'm going to be part of that.
Fantastic. And you know what I see in the past few years? These festivals, because of social media, because I think, and whatever they're doing to get more young people involved, the festivals are taking on a new life.
I love it.
People are becoming interested. So we need to talk about branding them, making sure that the government, the roads are done, there's water, there's good hotels, people can stay. You don't need to know
come
anyone.
over to experience culture and tradition from other places.
What happened in Ojebode last year with that Ojudioba? It became like a worldwide phenomenon.
Have you seen the way they're preparing
for the next one?
Are you seeing the way they're preparing?
I am from Ijebu. I own it. I schooled in Ijebu. What we're saying is that it brings us out. But these are some of the things that tourism industry, they need to build on this. This is the reason why people go from all over the world to Brazil. They want to see some of the South Africa. You know, so many African countries. We have a rich heritage. Absolutely. Something that people can come for. Here people can go from Nigeria to go to that music festival you guys go abroad in America. That they have
Coachella.
Okay,
Coachella.
Yeah, Coachella. Everybody goes there, but this is our own thing. You know, that you watch a Google. Do you know how much I love a Google?
I think also a lot of other states are now has become like a silent competition. Let's see what you guys are going to do. So from the Deltans to the Cross Riverians to the Kogi to the Kogians to everybody. Now they're going to make their own festivals like a big deal.
I like what you do in Cross River though. The Calabar Carnival.
You know, they were one of the first ones that really took their own But you know, I love it, and I think at the end of the day, what we're looking at is it's more sustainable than oil. It can employ more people across multiple levels, and tourism generates so much money. People that don't have oil have more money than us.
Hotels, food,
transportation,
the life, the pulsating, especially the nightlife during carnivals, during festivals. It's like such a dream, and then it's a way of attracting the young ones from abroad.
And then even people in Lagos who have never been to their hometown, that's an opportunity for them to go back and then see it in a different light. Oh, it's not so bad. It's not a village. I want to come here more often.
Why can't you go home for festival? We are very big on, they go burial. Go to festival.
A lot of people just, in the early years, they used to think it was fetish. But I don't think all those things are as prominent as before. It's a culture. Oshu Festival is still as beautiful. Even when you watch it from, a far point, you still enjoy it. Like, wow, look at the white.
Ladies, let's go back to money. So if I asked you if you had ever fallen for a Ponzi scheme, so let me re-ask you, do you know anybody who's ever fallen for a Ponzi scheme?
Wait first.
When they tell you wait first, just know the story is good.
Lola asked me if I'd ever been, and I said, no, I never hear of one until after, but I take that back. You know when it says Swiss gold? Yes. I was actually put in a group. So I was very much aware, but I did not know it was a Ponzi scheme. I thought it was real. But the only reason why I did not take, and the people in that group were very correct people. So they were, the only reason why I did not take part of that, I did not understand what was going on.
Okay.
How? That's
you put gold, I'm like, I don't understand.
It's not making sense.
But if someone had pushed me harder, maybe, because people who I respected had actually invested. So I was like, if these people had invested, maybe.
See, that's the thing. Once you see some people say, but if this person is
that word of mouth.
That word of mouth. If this person is there, Lolo is there, that means something there.
See, I didn't hear it from Nigeria. I heard it from London. I heard it from my sister in the UK. I didn't know, but it was towards the tail end of it. When it was just about, for you to see, and if you see the platform, because I did see it, it looked like a proper trading platform. That if you're not someone that is really
knew what to look for,
you just think this is a proper, trading platform, and you just see your money grow every day. You have to do something. So it wasn't like, you just did it, and no, you have to keep doing something, pressing something. That makes you feel as if you are trading.
So
it was really well done.
we spoke to people on the streets. I like the guy who spoke about he put 25, then he put 50, then he put 70. Then the lady who eventually said, you know, she lost a million. I lost money back in the day, like 10 years ago.
I mean, we said it.
It was my show they came to now.
From Crowley came to our show was so big.
Wow. So if you see people, that time when, because on radio, I would take over from Tolu, from Tolu's shift. And you see them coming out of, and Tolu, they were always, you know, she was manning the morning shift. And it's those people that like to talk that go on her show. So if you're taking over from her, you see them coming out of the and you'll be looking at them like, okay. And you look at Tolu and Tolu, because if she's been talking for hours, Tolu doesn't have the head to talk to
locked out.
She's just gone. But you see them coming and you hear them on your drive to work. This sweet's good, very real, my sister.
How will you think it's not real?
They offered me my first $100 and to entice me. So I made money. I made money on the first $300. So that thing of the first people, Ponzi schemes really work because of the first set of people who make money and then they go and spread it and tell you it is real. They make money.
And do you know what I see is that a lot of people do it out of a good intention, especially the first doers. They want you to be a part of it because they feel as if you're struggling or you would need, you know, something too. So sometimes it's from a good heart that they are doing this mouth canvassing. So it might not just be like,
so that to buttress them,
so the pyramid can grow. But even this CBEX thing, the people that talked about, they didn't even sell it as a Ponzi. You know, a Ponzi, they'll tell you need to bring. They'll tell you that once you do, try and bring 3 more people.
Smarter.
That's what I'm trying to say. That a lot of Ponzis are getting smarter. So this CBEX especially, they didn't really sell it to everyone as you need to bring someone.
One, bring two.
So at least you say, at least I know if it's Ponzi, they'll tell me that I should bring somebody. But these ones are not asking you to bring nobody. So you just think, okay. So we ourselves have to be smarter. Just like Mr. Alaje told us the last time, that if you see some of these financial returns, that make sure that you see the SEC registration. If they don't register with Security and Exchange Commission,
don't go there.
Run from them.
Don't go there.
No, but because some of these companies, they register with CAC. But I'm happy I read an update. They said that they've actually arrested some people and that they traced some of these monies to 3 countries. They said some of the people that are perpetrators are even non-Nigerian. So your money don't work out. But I heard that they frozen some bank accounts.
Lola, let's take a short break. We'll be right back, guys. This is Justiri on News.
8 trillion naira since 2016. So we cannot have the creative director of Ife's Kitchen here, and she cannot give us hacks. So I have a few questions.
Okay.
So what is your favorite cooking hack? Or one of your favorites, because I know you probably have a lot.
Favorite cooking hack. Okay, I have one that will really save you time in the kitchen.
Okay.
I always like to have a ginger garlic paste in my fridge or freezer every single time. And we all know that ginger and garlic helps you pack in the punch and flavor in your dish. So that's one cooking hack that I know that will save you so much time in the kitchen. Just blend it, put it in the fridge. Don't think about it.
Just blend it with water.
No, with oil.
And not way too much.
And no water. Just a little bit of oil. That will act as the fluid to help you blend it well. And then just put it. Sometimes you can even mix some parsley, some black pepper. You know, make your own paste and so
see how she's talking about it.
I just, I watch a lot of food channel, and I'm very interested in the art of cooking or how we do it. Do you actually think that Nigerians can reinvent the wheel? Because from the time I was born, Eba is turned in northward. I don't want it any other way. I went to a restaurant, they gave me green Eba. I refuse to eat it.
It's food coloring, it's presentation.
I don't care. They said they use kale water or something to make the Eba. Please. Give me my own. Do you think
the yellow or white?
Yes. Do you think Nigerians are people that can actually allow you food? Because I don't call people like you cooks any longer. I call you food creators. Would they allow you?
I think so. And then they're giving us the permission to do that. I mean, we're doing what we want to do, and we see that these things are going on offline as well. Now, I'll tell you something. We now have restaurants that serve nsala soup on their menus. Before, when you go to a restaurant, you just see egusi or vegetable. But now, the content creators have glamorized nsala soup, white soup, some certain things. You go out and then you see it online and you want to try it because I don't sell food. So it will be difficult for you to want to taste that thing, you see. So some very smart restaurants, they see, I have so many of them who see things on my page and then recreate it. And then you go there and, oh my God, I've seen this on Ife's Kitchen's page. Let me try it. So yes, Nigerians are willing, but we still have those hardcore people.
Because sometimes you see comments be like, no, this is how you make it. If you're not making it like this, you're not making it
No,
right.
one day I saw if you put in soup inside gari. Is it not your page?
No.
One Ghanaian food like this that they put soup inside raw gari.
If she's one Ghanaian
something.
Maybe.
She's not.
I can't remember.
I saw them.
Curry for Terry.
Yes.
Stew. That's a proper Ghanaian.
I didn't
Okay, it's a Ghanaian meal.
It stew inside raw gari.
At least that's a Ghanaian meal.
Okay, so aside from the hack, because we are all living in this economic situation of Nigeria, going to the kitchen is not, going to the market is not as, it doesn't go as far anymore. If you take things home, so you're like, is this what I paid 25,000
Every single
for?
time I ask that question.
So when you're cooking now, you're doing all this, do you have any money-saving hacks as well? Save a sister. Because my food bill is end of new month. I need to stock up.
I know that time that tomatoes was expensive.
People were using carrots.
There were some other things that you added to soups. Is it really
Now, let me tell you something. This year, sometime in January, I went to the market. I showed it on my page. I went to stock up basket of tomatoes, peppers, tatashe. I bought a lot. My intention is to put this in my freezer and then be using it. So when that time comes, I think it's usually around June, July, when a basket or a paint bucket of tomatoes now becomes like 30K or something. It's in my freezer. I have it stocked. So that's one hack.
What about the one where they do the paste and they sanitize the bottles and then say, my mom sends from Ogumasho.
That one is a very good one, so if you don't have the space. I have a very big deep freezer that I just dedicate to storing my 12 kind of ingredients. So, but those who don't have that space and you want to blend and store, that works. I prefer to take it out, frozen, blend and use as I want to.
Oh, okay. You just have a question.
You freeze before you blend.
Yeah. No, I have a question because I know my friends always say, Kathy, you do too much. I said, well, Caribbeans are very they lean towards spicy food a lot. When you cook your protein, what do you put aside from pepper and onions?
Oh my goodness. You can put nutmeg. Taste.
Inside stew.
Excuse me.
Wait, tell me. The weekend is coming. Nutmeg inside what?
Your meat.
You have to boil it.
Oh my goodness. And Nigerians, we have to stop that Korean time only.
Those things, coriander. I don't know the difference between parsley, coriander.
No, one of them, coriander is the same as something. We use
yes,
it very...
sometimes I think
nutmeg. There's the seed. Oh, nutmeg. You should try it.
I'll try it this weekend.
Goodness.
What can we use to cook our proteins, our beef, that makes it nice to eat the beef in the stock like that?
That's what I'm saying. Just grate some fresh nutmeg in there. You add some, there's a green paste that I make. Just get some parsley, green bell peppers, black peppercorn, white peppercorn, onions, ginger, garlic. Blend all those things together. Then you can put it in your freezer.
I'm not mad.
When you're cooking your meat, just put that nutmeg I've said. Bring a cube of the paste, right? Some onions. You can put your chicken stock cube, and then just sit back.
Okay.
And then the aroma that fills the kitchen.
See them.
You don't have to do too much.
We need to come to your kitchen.
You don't have to do too much in the kitchen.
All right. You can't. If he has to come back, she's going to come.
We have to go. Just visits if it's kitchen.
She's going to take us specifically through kitchen hacks. We have Joshua and Mariah from Abuja on standby because Nnamdi Kanu is back in court. Joshua, good morning to you.
Good morning to you, to the beautiful ladies of Daseri and our guest speaking.
Thank you so much. So quickly take us through what has happened so far in court this morning.
Well, the proceedings are still on. We are expecting the legal team of Nnamdi Kanu to cross-examine the witness brought forward by the DSS. That is the person identified as PEP. You recall earlier I told you that the witness actually testified on how Nnamdi Kanu was apprehended in Golden Tulip Hotel in Lagos, where they discovered he had some radio broadcasting equipment with him, and he was in company of a woman in that process. Also, last time in court, the same witness brought several exhibits and evidence, including the extrajudicial interview that they had with Nnamdi Kanu in the DSS cell. Where Nnamdi Kanu repeatedly said he was fighting for the emancipation of his people, that is the IPOB, and where he made series of statements saying that he was being interviewed by the DSS without the presence of his lawyer. So that's where we are in this case. So we are expecting news from more updates from the courtroom, because the attendance in the courtroom is kind of silly. Some specific persons were allowed into the courtroom while others were told to wait behind to wait for updates from the courtroom.
All right, thank you so much, Joshua. This is just a quick touching of base with you, and I know by 12 noon when we have News Central now, you'll have more updates for us. Thank you so much.
All right, Ife, time has gone.
I can't believe
you can't believe it. But if he's coming back, she's going to come and save all of our kitchen situations and definitely be back on the Jasiri table. But thank you guys so much for joining us. It's been a fantastic, fantastic week, but we're all looking forward to the weekend. So please stay safe, have fun, and we'll see you Monday at 10 a.m. West African time. Bye for now.
Bye.